We're also monitoring the fallout from the Chinese spy balloon that is now looming over President Biden's highly anticipated State of the Union address tomorrow night. Top GOP lawmakers are criticizing the president and his administration for waiting until Saturday afternoon to bring down the balloon.
This should never have been allowed to enter the United States, and it never should have been allowed to complete its mission. If you ask somebody to draw an X at every place where our sensitive missile defense sites, our nuclear weapons infrastructure, our nuclear weapons sites are, you would put them all along this path. Clearly, this was an attempt by China to gather information to defeat our command and control of our sensitive missile defense and nuclear weapons sites, and that certainly is an urgency that this administration does not recognize.
And Republicans in Washington are slamming the delay in response, calling this a win for China.
I think the humiliation this week was inflicted by the Chinese communists on the president. Again, we should have shot down this balloon over the Aleutians as opposed to letting it float all across Middle America on its merry way. I mean, the idea that we were going to let this go all across America, let a spy balloon complete its spy mission before we shot it down, I'm afraid is an embarrassment to the United States.
I think the first question is, do you believe that they should have shot down this balloon sooner?
Yes, absolutely. When it was first sighted near Alaska on the 28th of January, according to press reports, NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, apparently decided it was not threatening. I'd like to know how they know. The payload for this balloon was apparently the size of 3 buses. That's pretty big. Were we confident there was not a nuclear weapon in that payload? Were we confident it wasn't carrying biological weapons, pathogens, or toxins that could have been dumped into a reservoir or spread across croplands? Why were they so sure? And then 2 days later, they did determine it was an intelligence threat and didn't do anything about it, and didn't tell the President of the United States until 3 days after the first contact, which I find incredible.
Plus, superpower spy games. Right now, American investigators are searching for the wreckage of that Chinese balloon. The weekend shoot-down off the Carolina coast, punctuating a very tense moment between Washington and Beijing. And President Biden enters tomorrow's State of the Union with a plan to spotlight his accomplishments. But he does so with Americans, you, in a sour mood about his leadership, his management of the economy, and his plan to wrangle inflation.